You don't get rich just by working harder. That's the story we're told. Study more, hustle longer, take more risks, and eventually, wealth follows. But look closer. Two people can work the same hours, earn similar incomes, make similar decisions, and still end up in completely different financial worlds. One builds wealth almost effortlessly, the other stays stuck no matter how disciplined they are. So what's actually deciding the outcome? It's not effort. It's not intelligence. It's a system, a quiet one. And most people don't even know it exists. Right now, as you're listening to this, money is moving, not randomly, not fairly, but through a structure that quietly directs who benefits and who falls behind. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, because this system doesn't reward work. It rewards position. Let's start with something simple. Imagine two people. One has zero assets, just a salary. The other owns assets, stocks, real estate, maybe even a small business. Now the economy grows, companies expand, property values rise, markets go up. Who benefits more? Not the person working for money, the person who owns the things that grow. This is the first layer of the system. Income versus assets. If you rely only on income, you're trading time for money. It's linear, limited, predictable, but assets scale. They grow while you sleep. And more importantly, they benefit directly from how the financial system is designed. Because here's where it gets interesting. Most people think money is created by working. It's not. In modern economies, most money is created through debt. When banks issue loans, they don't hand out existing money. They create new money instantly. And who gets access to that money first? Not everyone. Only those who qualify. Only those with collateral, with assets, with credit history, which means the people who already have wealth get first access to newly created money, and they use it to buy more assets. Assets that go up in value, partly because more money is entering the system. This is the second layer, access to money creation. It's subtle, but powerful, because it means wealth isn't just earned, it's amplified. Let's make it concrete. When interest rates are low, borrowing becomes cheap. Investors take loans and buy real estate, stocks, and businesses. Prices rise. Now imagine you don't own assets yet. You're saving money slowly and carefully. But as you save, prices are moving faster than you. Homes get more expensive. Markets climb higher. Entry points drift further away. You're not just standing still, you're falling behind. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because the system is moving without you, and sometimes against you. Now add inflation to the picture. When new money is created, it doesn't spread evenly. It enters specific parts of the economy first. Financial markets, large institutions, asset-heavy sectors. This pushes asset prices up early. By the time that money reaches everyday goods and wages, prices have already adjusted. So what happens? If you own assets, you benefit early. If you rely on income, you feel the impact later through higher costs. Same system. Different outcomes. This is the third layer. Timing. Who gets the money first and who gets it last? Now, here's where things become uncomfortable. Because the system doesn't just create inequality, it reinforces it. Let's say you already own assets. Their value increases, you gain equity. You can now borrow against that equity. Use that borrowed money to buy more assets. Those assets increase in value, and the cycle continues. This is how wealth compounds, not just through returns, but through leverage. Meanwhile, if you don't own assets, you don't have that loop. You earn, you spend, maybe you save a little, but you're outside the acceleration cycle, and the gap widens. Quietly, gradually, relentlessly. Now think about the advice people hear all the time. Work harder, save more, cut expenses. None of that is wrong, but none of it addresses the system, because the system isn't designed around effort. It's designed around ownership, access, and timing. And once you understand that, a lot of things start to make sense. Why markets recover faster than wages, why asset prices rise even during economic uncertainty, why people who already have wealth seem to grow it faster even without doing anything extraordinary. It's not luck, it's structure. And that structure has been evolving for decades, since the shift away from hard money systems, since central banks gained more control over liquidity, since financial markets became the center of economic activity. We didn't just build an economy, we built a financial architecture, one that quietly channels growth toward assets and away from pure labor. Now, this doesn't mean the system is evil. But it does mean it's not neutral. It has direction. It has bias. And once you see that bias, you start to notice it everywhere. In housing markets that feel impossible to enter. In stock markets that seem disconnected from reality. In the growing gap between those who own and those who don't. So the real question isn't just how people get rich. It's this. How long can a system like this keep running before the gap becomes too wide to ignore? And if the rules quietly shape the outcome, what happens when more people finally understand the game they've been playing? If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel and like the video so you don't miss what comes next.